Alright, we're gonna be watching Leux, one of the two, playing Kiriko. I know I should definitely be working on my Suzu and especially my Kunue aim, looking mainly to improve my skill Kiriko so I can actually play a second support well enough for my rank to climb. In this match, I was trying mainly to keep Sigma and Reaper alive, especially after Reaper started being toxic about a lot of heals, which was sort of true. If people are being toxic, I suggested you mute them. um, it's just like, why play a game where people are going to be mean to you, you know? Like, just beat them and move on with your life. Anyway, it's funny because in this lineup, I would expect you to be the DPS healer, right? If we imagine the two different roles for healers are tank healer and DPS healer, which is maybe that's not the best terms, like maybe like main healer and like off healer, but like you should be off healer here. The Ana should be focused on keeping your Sigma alive. Why? Ana has to aim to heal. Well, you need to, I mean, you need to aim a little bit, but like way less than Ana does. So you can consistently heal mobile targets, like for example, a Widow or a Soldier, right? On the other hand, Ana does more healing per second than you do, which is typically needed for tanks. So in this situation, your Ana should be healing your Sigma, while you should actually be focusing on keeping your DPS alive. So you starting to say that, oh, I was focusing on keeping your Sigma and Reaper alive makes me a little nervous because, especially your second part where you say the Reaper started being toxic with lack of heals, your focus actually should be to heal the DPS. So that might be an issue that we can identify in this game. Anyway, game starts. I like to play, by the way, if you don't know the spot, right here. And then you can just spam into this doorway as they come out and potentially get headshots. It's a little thing. You can farm ulti a little bit faster. You never know. Like, these things don't seem like they matter until you die when you have 98% ulti and it would have changed the fight. Like, little things like that can matter. I would never stand still in an angle like this just spamming, right? Even right here, I would be wiggling back and forth because, again, you never know if there's going to be a Widow who just comes out, like, at this angle and just instantly pops you. Right? And you'd be like, how was I supposed to react to that? And the short answer is you don't. Like, you have to actually just be moving, right? Standing still, really bad habit to get into as all characters. As no role, even as tanks, do I think you should ever stand still. Again, if I'm the Cassidy here, I would just pop you in the face so quickly. So this is a situation where you're having trouble kind of keeping track of all the things because of your angle. I would play here, where you can heal your Widow, right? And like heal your front line and do damage. Versus standing where you are right now, where you can't see. You have to kind of focus one or the other, right? And you see how, yeah, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I should be standing over here. Also note that with your heal, you pulled off early. Watch right here. So healing mechanics for Kiriko are really critical. These are on target, so they're yellow, right? Then your crosshair moves off target, and you see these three are blue, so they're not actually going to heal your Widow. Now you might say, oh, it doesn't really matter, my Widow's full health. But your healing has travel time. One of the best or worst parts of Kiriko are the fact that she can pump extra heals, like pre-heal a target. And so if she did take a big hit here, this extra healing might be very important. Like, that's about 40 healing right there. So that might be important to keeping her alive if she gets hit by a big shot. So stuff like that is very important. It's just improve your healing mechanics. Make sure your heals are on target. Right, I think this is a fine heal. I think the general weaving pattern for Kiriko is one heal, attack, attack. One heal, attack, attack, right? Well, one heal isn't full heal, one attack, attack, full heal, attack, attack. And the reason being is the delay between healing is long enough that you can get 2 attacks in for free. So you should heal. Right now, again, you should be healing the Soldier here, not the Sigma, right? First of all, your Sigma has way more health. Second, your Soldier is more extended. She is in far more danger than your Sigma is, right? Your Sigma's already close to a corner. He's got more health, right? Number 3 is your Ana's already healing the Sigma. And notice that this is a situation where it's much easier for the Ana to heal the Sigma than it is to heal the Soldier on the other side of the cart. Like, can she do it? Yes. Is it a harder shot? It absolutely is, which is why you should be focusing the Soldier right now. Again, very important to... Alright, so this is what I call kind of like muscle memory confusion, where this happens with Baptiste and Kiriko in particular, where you want to heal, or rather you want to attack and you heal, or you want to heal and you attack. And this is something that just takes time and experience to get used to, right? I don't think you have too many hours in Kiriko. This is one of the reasons why I suggest that people don't really ask for replays for a hero until they played at least 10 hours, probably more like 25 hours on a hero. Because you're going to improve so rapidly from that experience that a lot of the advice I give you will be superfluous. You know? Like, you'll just very quickly learn how the hero works and then just get better at it really, really fast. It's one of the reasons why, again, I look to help people who are plateaued, where they're not really growing anymore, because they typically need the help more than people who just picked up a hero. Anyway, again, you should be healing the Soldier right now. right? See how the soldier's missing 50 health? This is a critical period to be healing. You should be healing right now versus damaging. Right? You get two free attacks, then heal. But I would always open, as a general rule of thumb, I would say always open with the heal, then attack. Also, one of the things you talked about here is like, oh, your kunai aim's no good. Again, I'm very confident you can get all the way to low diamond without attacking at all. I'm dead serious. Like, I almost want like another account so I can test this out, because I'm pretty sure you can get there literally just healing. Actually, I probably have another account that I can do it on. Just keeping people alive is so critical. Also, another thing to think about is to rebind the attack and healing keys. So a lot of people, I would say, find it more natural to have kunai attack on left and healing on right, which I also do and would recommend. So I don't know what this long delay is. Like, what actually happens over here that causes you? I think maybe because you hear footsteps, but like just check quickly and then go back to what you were doing, right? And then just check again when you need to, versus like being super fixated on what's going on over here. You know, so your Sigma is sort of in trouble down here. I would, yeah, I mean, I think your whole team is overreacting to this one person like trying to flank in stairs, because now you've given up position here, and you see how they're coming through, and your Orisa's attacking your backline. Like, this is all a waste of time. Right now, you should go to your Ana and save your Ana. So you see your Ana is critical. You should have been walking forward right now and then jump to her. Since you don't have that option right now, you can try to go for the headshot. Now see your Ana's dead. Like, you had the opportunity, like right now, seeing your Ana and seeing the Orisa, I would have been walking to this corner so that I can swift step to her. At a minimum, you should have swift step to the Widow right now, right? And then try to heal your Ana from there. Losing your Ana here is fight losing. So you get a headshot on the soldier again, but like getting this kill now is not gonna matter. Like, I guarantee you, even if you kill the soldier right here, you're not gonna win this fight. So after you kill a soldier, you still need to save your Sigma, right? I switched that to your Sigma and Suzu right away. You're like far too conservative with your Sigma. So I want to play this back and show you the impact you could have had. Right? So your Ana gets slept here. She gets chased down by the Orisa. She's not dying quickly, right? There's a lot of time that you could have saved that Ana. Now watch your Sigma. Right? He's fighting 3-1, 4-1. Still alive, 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 and dead. That whole time you were alive. You know? Like that stuff like that is quite frankly like why you lose games. You know? You could have prevented 2 of your teammates from dying. But instead, you over-indexed on this flanking soldier, got super distracted, right? And then lost 2 teammates as a result. And what? You traded for 1 soldier, which quite frankly you shouldn't even gotten this kill, because the team should have just turned and like healed him. Like, the soldier's standing in front of your Ana. There's no reason for the soldier to die here. Like, the soldier could literally just ran in circles around the cart. You shouldn't have died. Like, that should have been traded 2 teammates for 0 kills. So now the team fight's super over. You probably should just try to figure out how to die right away. I mean, trying to stay alive here could be possible if your team could regroup, but I don't think that's likely. And I think it's just more likely to result in staggering. So I want to pause here, actually, and talk about this. In general, when you're starting, like when you're relatively new at a game, don't try to do anything goofy. Not when you're trying to learn the fundamentals, right? Play standard positions, right? Play behind your tank, play near the rest of your team, right? When they move backwards, move backwards. When they move forwards, right? And just play that flow before you start looking for like these crazy like extra plays. It's not your job to deal with the flanking soldier. You know? Like later on, when you're diamond or masters, yeah, like there are situations where that will be the right call. But you're so far from like having the game knowledge to know when that's the right decision that like you're like playing a totally different game. Like look how far this card has moved, and like yeah, you've kept the Widow alive, but what does it matter? The card just capped. You know? Even if the Widow kills 5 people right now, it doesn't matter. They've already capped. They're just gonna respawn and kill you. Like again, it's like you're playing your life here for no reason. Right? Again, the front line's dead right now. It's like, yeah, you're like, oh, I'm not dying here, but you're also not doing anything. ultimately the objective is the cart, right? And the way that you stop the cart is that you have to kill off the opposing team. You're not killing off the opposing team, which means the cart never stops moving, which means everything you're doing right now is completely irrelevant, right? This is, quite frankly, not much better than being completely AFK, what you're doing right now. This is like a hard throw of the game. If I was in your game, I would be absolutely furious watching this. You cannot climb over this. There is a strategy with a very famous owl play with an owl with a Mei boost plus Mei ice wall followed by Lucio speed boost, which allows the whole team to go over it. But you're not going to be able to do it solo. So once again, like, what's your job as a support? Let's pause and think for a second, right? Is it your job to flank and create pressure and get kills? No, right? If you want to do that, play DPS. There's so many DPS that are great. Like, if you were Soldier here, if you were Tracer, right? Like, these are Sombra, these are perfectly viable characters to be doing this strategy. As Kiriko, you are straight throwing right now. Like, it's hard for me to even comment on anything because it's, like, hard to imagine, like, how to even, like, sort of kind of recover from the situation because you just gave them so much space and time. Basically, this is like you took your hands off your keyboard for like a minute and a half, and now you've just come back to the game and been like, okay, cool, let's play. It's really hard to make up that deficit, right? Like, this kind of stuff, plus the morale damage to your team, right? Morale is a big thing, you know? Your team is going to feel like really under-supported and very frustrated, kind of rightfully so, about their experience in this game and not have a lot of trust in you, which makes it less likely that they'll try hard, which makes it more likely that you'll lose. Anyway, Terra Surge is going to get activated here. Going to pop it. So the correct thing is not the Suzu right away. The correct thing is to wait like half a second-ish and then pop Suzu. So none of you managed to walk away into the doorway for some reason, even though you could have. You know, like, the doorways here, like, you see, like, the Sigma could have walked through, the Soldier could have walked through, you could have gotten, I mean, amazingly, you somehow still managed to have two of you survive, but, yeah, just walk away. Also, another important thing to remember is that when you walk backwards, you move 10% slower. So, if you want to get away from Terra Surge, by the way, this is also a little thing, you should not be walking forwards right now. Because your team's not going to push into the room. Like, I can tell, just from game sense, there's way too many people in that room, and it's a small choke. My team is not going to push through that. My Sigma's not pushing into a reset winning. So, Yusuzu here, again, not necessarily the right call. You should have immediately done a 180 and then walked into Vault. Because you walking backwards here is slowing you down. You should have died here. It's really hard to... Yeah, I mean, at this point, this fight's kind of over. Like, you might survive here, but the team fight is over. Which is fine, you have close spawn, right? You have another opportunity to get... Oh, no, no you don't. They've already capped it. Okay, so now you're playing for last. I think in this whole game, you've had not even one real 5-on-5 team fight as a result of your specific decision-making, right? By now, their team should have had to win 4 team fights, right? 2 on first, 2 on second, in order to get to this point. And because of your play, your team has gotten 0 team fights. Like, you just need to be, like, less goofy about everything that you do. Just play regular. Right? If she leaves like that, I'm just going to the Mega. I'm not worried about it. I would attack the Cassidy here. Yeah. Right? Because the Ana's already pocketing, so I know the Cassidy cannot kill Sigma alone with an Ana pocket. Generally speaking, most heroes cannot kill another hero if it's being pocketed by a support. Is a good general rule to think about. So unless they're super low, you usually don't have to worry about it. Now, 2-on-1, now I would definitely heal the Sigma, right? He's critical, and the Orisa and the Cassidy are out there. Oh, unfortunate. So, you should have heard your Soldier walking here, / shooting, and you should have turned and been healing her earlier. This is on you. So remember what I said earlier, that you should be healing the DPS versus the tanks? This is a great example where you've lost battlefield awareness of your front line. Because your front line here is not the Sigma, it is your Soldier, and who is your job to heal. So this is on you for letting your Soldier die. Now, Tracer in distance, not your problem, right? She's doing her own thing. Cool, Orisa's dead. Again, heal your Sigma right now. Heal your Sigma. Like, you can see him on your screen. He's missing half of his health. So you can see, again, healing mechanics, so important. Watch. Right? So this is all on target. Wait. I remember that. I saw blue. Yeah, see? Those two are off target. So he only gets 80% of this healing. That might not seem like a little deal, but it's a big deal, right? If I gave you a 20% nerf on your healing, you would feel that for sure. Like, you cannot miss healing, especially on tanks. Like, do not miss heals if you want to climb. Alright, you good job, like, going over and healing your Ana. Good. Or again, you saw 2 more missed heals right there. You're just clicking it, like, a little early. So I would be very cautious about playing low ground here because I'd be worried about another Terra Surge soon. So I think climbing up here and playing high ground is a great spot. Nobody else is contesting high ground. You're like completely safe from everything in the game right now by standing up here and healing. I think that's a much better position than where you are right now. Because you can still see like who you need to see to heal. And you see how much splash you're taking and like possibilities of dying. Like, this is not safe for you. You can hear the soldier flanking. I'd Suzu right away right now because that. So you're very, very lucky the soldier did not kill you with Helix. Because Helix does 120 damage on a direct. He hits your feet here. And you see it drops you all the way down to 10 health, but you should be dead. He has 23 bullets here, and at 160 health, he should have killed you with the bullets. Like, you're very, like, he should kill you right there. You are super, super lucky that you did not die. Most soldiers, when they cross the corner like this, will open with Helix Rocket first, which is why Suzuing is the right call right away to prevent yourself from getting one shot. You're very, very lucky to not die here. At higher ranks, you're for sure dead. There's even in like mid to high silver, you're dead for sure here. All right, he pops visor. Now you have to Suzu yourself and pray. There's really not. He chooses not to kill you. Oh, why does he do this? Okay, so the soldier can easily have killed. He literally looks at you. He literally looks at you and chooses not to kill you. He's just like, no, don't worry about it. You can go free. Like, all he has to do is hold down the trigger right now and you'd be dead. Like, he doesn't even have to aim and you would be dead right now. Yeah, that's some true mercy right there. But also, you don't try to do anything to stop this visor. I mean, you do the headshot, but like, you should have done a heal. You could have thrown a Suzu at yourself or the Ana. You had a lot of options there. Sigma's fluxing right now. Gonna kind of look for. I would attack where the Orisa's landing right here, and you could have gotten a kill. Especially if you knew the headshot level, you could have gotten a kill at Orisa instantly when she hit the ground. But I think at low silver, you probably just don't know that offhand. Especially, you might not even realize what flux does. Trisha dies, not your fault. I would play a little more forward here because the Reaper is like kind of overextended, and most likely he's gonna Wraith back, and I want to be able to heal him as soon as he comes back. Because you can play all the way up here, and you're like pretty much safe because the Reaper is frontlining right now. See, this is exactly what I mean, is that you want to be here to start healing or Suzuing right away at the corner. In fact, I probably would have Suzu'd in there to make sure he doesn't die. Because he made a mistake Wraithing that late, relatively speaking, and being that far away from the corner. So again, try not to clump up with everybody like too much. I know say play your team, but like you want to be stand where you're gonna get spammed by everyone. You know. Again, high ground. You have wall climb. Super strong here, especially since Terra Surge is coming. And this is stuff that you have to be thinking about if you want to climb, right? You should be actively like engaging the critical thinking part of your brain, which is like, okay, like what's happening here? What are they gonna do? What are we likely to use to die here? If you're playing high ground, you also would have detected the Cassidy, and Cassidy would have had to force you out before doing anything. But unfortunately, now he's gonna pop high noon. Yeah, just hide. Right call. Suzu the Reaper here. A little late on that. Now you need the swift step. I would swift step right away. I would not walk this out because your backside was totally open. You should have died here. All right. Now Terra Surge. Okay, so this is tough because she's nanoed. Which means you're stuck in a corner, so you have almost no way of surviving this. The only way that you can survive here, is by timing correctly right before. I mean, you can't even react to it. You kind of need to guess. Right before she slams, if you swift step, you get a brief period of invulnerability to avoid death. That is the only way that you could have survived this. Actually, a good topic to make a separate like little puzzle video about. Yep. Right, you're respawning. You want to get out as soon as possible. Swift step right away. Like, you should turn, not look at the Tracer. Swift step to the to the Sigma, and Suzu right away. Like, he's definitely within range. Like, you should Swift step right away. You know, you should Suzu first. It's always Suzu first, right? Because you don't know, when you don't know what the status is, Suzu first. Because you couldn't heal him anyway because of the purple. Pop Kitsune. You could have kept the Sigma alive there. So, again, you could have Swift stepped sooner, A. B, if you opened with Suzu, then you could have gotten a full 110 healing in, right? B is that you kind of miss 60% of that healing, partially due to spin, but like mostly I think you still could have landed it. Then you pop Kitsune and now he's dead. But again, with the extra healing, I think you would have kept him alive at least a couple seconds longer. Your aim there is really bad, but like, you know, I'm not gonna worry about it. But your aim there is like super bad. One thing that's important is don't aim differently when Kitsune rushes up. I think a lot of people panic and like, oh, I gotta make good use of it, and they just like hold down the trigger. Just attack regularly, but you can attack faster, right? Because I think your regular aim is much better than that. It's because Kitsune is up that you feel compelled to try to like force it out as soon as possible, that you're just missing all your shots. Throw Suzu here. Nope. I see a critical health Ana, right? Right here. As soon as you see critical, throw Suzu. So you should back up from the fight a little bit. Right now there's plenty of people on card. It's not going to cap, right? You should back up to be able to see your whole team. That way you can heal. Because you're only attacking right now, not healing. Which, by the way, drives me crazy when I'm a tank. And I'm like, look, if you just healed me, I could carry this fight. But you're like insisting on trying to attack people as Kiriko when I do like 3 times as much damage as you do. So you kind of like mentally take a break here. But you see the Reaper get low. I would have turned up right away and Swift step to him. Because he's critical right now, right? I would have Swift stepped and Suzu'd him. So that was another save that you missed. Losing your Reaper there is a big deal. That's probably going to result in a lost fight. Again, your Ana's already on card. You don't need to stand here too. So you should actually play back here, so that way you have space to heal the Ana, and you're pretty much safe, right? You can constantly dump out healing without being under pressure. Like, your tank is alive now. Now, neither one of you should be standing on the cart. Ana's doing the right call, which is backing away from cart. You do not need to be on the cart right now. You should definitely walk away from the cart. Like, your Sigma will deal this. Like, if Sigma lets them walk forward before you can react, that's Sigma's problem. Don't try to use his job. So that's tough. So this is definitely a Suzu, but throwing it downhill like that is really hard to land accurately. I still think you should have chucked it. This is tricky though, because so at my level at Masters, I would never expect the Tracer to be in this weird situation where she's purple in the middle of the lane. So I would assume that she is blank or rewind, and I would not throw Suzu. At your level, I think you should throw Suzu, just expecting that they probably made a mistake here. You threw the Suzu anyway, but it was way too late. So if you're gonna throw Suzu as soon as possible. Don't like hesitate on it. So again, you see that Reaper's low. You don't need to kill Cassidy, right? Not your job here. Just heal your team. So you see Ana die here? Like, Ana, this sticky does 131 damage. Okay? She's stuck at 129 health. If you literally hit her with 1 out of 10 of Fudas, you would have saved her life right now. No. Oh, this is really unfortunate. Okay, so Gravitic Flux does 50 damage plus 50% of their health once they hit the ground, right? 50 damage instantly plus 50% when they hit the ground. This Cassidy is at 135 health. So his breakpoint to die is 113 health. 100 I don't know if it's gonna round either way. So let's say 112 health. All it takes is one body shot here to drop him below. Now he can die. But the problem is being healed by the Lucio. Now I'm confused. I actually don't know why he didn't die there. This should have killed him. It's 50% of max health. I have no clue why he does not die here. Is it healing field? Is that what saves him? I find it hard to believe, but like yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, my point here being is I have no idea why that didn't kill him. My point here being is that landing hits right now on him while he was lifted in the air was super critical. That's the main goal that I'm trying to emphasize. I do not know why he didn't die there. It's very odd. Right? So you only hit one body shot when you could have, I think you missed one? Definitely one. Yeah, you missed one body shot, right? And obviously you could have hit that shot up too. But he should have died there. The only thing I can think of is that healing field saved him. That's very, very odd. It's not 50% of current health. It's 50% of max health. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, now Beatsman pops. So your goal here should just be to keep everybody alive, right? Well, I mean, somehow Cassidy didn't get the beat. So great, kill him. All right, keep everybody alive. Cool. Yeah, this is a really long game. Okay, I'm probably not going to do the whole offense because this is going to be a long video already. Our Terror Search is up, right? So this is a good example where you wait a little bit longer, right? Because only the tank is allowed is in the radius. So I would wait a little longer because if you look at the way Orisa charges damage, so each percentage is 1 point of damage. Okay, so watch how slowly this charges, right? It's only at 93 damage right now. This is very, very slow. You see your Suzu is way too early. You should have popped it like now-ish, where the Orisa actually has a chance to do good damage against the Sigma. By the way, it charges faster after as it climbs. I think it's actually two stages, but same thing. Again, playing too close to the cart. I really strongly recommend you play off the cart here so that you can heal the team and deal damage. So, looking at this Kitsune Rush, you'll notice that your Kitsune Rush doesn't actually go through the cart. And this is a weird thing about Kitsune, is Kitsune does not go through the cart if the whole width is blocked. So if you did it right here, it would go and it would be fine. But if you put it dead on into the cart, it completely stops it. So you see right here that Kitsune doesn't go any further. This is a really, really important tip that I think a lot of people don't recognize, is the cart will in fact stop Kitsune. And so as your team doesn't benefit from this nearly as much as they could have if you just put it out on the sides. Right? Like if you did it Kitsune like right here, or even just turned it sideways to give your team a little more space, would have been helpful. And you see that standing in the middle of the whole team means that the Pharah gets to spam the whole team down, right? It's really hard for the Pharah to miss any shots because you're all just clumped together. If you just played further back, you would be totally fine here. Do they cap this? I don't think they cap this. They cap this. By the way, you could have Suzu to save yourself from Pharah as well. Wow, this is like the longest overtime I think I've ever seen. Both teams are just really bad at killing each other, which is kind of the issue here. So you saw your Reaper get Javelin, you should have been healing the Reaper. You should Suzu yourself right away. Suzu. No. Wait. I think, yeah, they didn't cap. Okay. So, in the interest of time, I'm going to just kind of jump forward and see how far you get on offense and kind of do like the last fight. Alright, so you're in mostly final fight territory right now. Jumping forwards. Okay, you don't have ulti. Nobody's ulti except for Flux. Advancing with your team. I think you are way too aggressive here. Do I agree with that? I mean, your DPS are in, so I guess I kind of understand. I think this is probably fine. You saw that your soldier's low. You should heal your soldier here for sure, right? Just heal your soldier. No, heal your soldier. No, heal your soldier. Yeah, very averse to healing teammates, which is problematic. Also, the other team has way better ult economy than you, right? Because they have barrage and they have beat here, which means that something has gone wrong on your side. So you could have healed a soldier, you could have Suzu'd. Like, there's a lot of options that you had there. Now you're in pretty bad shape. You basically need to race back. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to touch this. So let's try to cover the previous fight just to give us like one more fight to think about. So again, heal your Sigma. Yep. Heal your Ana now, right? Because you saw your Ana get low or get zapped. She actually didn't take much damage, but I would have assumed that she would have. Keep up Visor. So I want to be walking forward right now, and I want to Suzu my Ana as soon as she starts taking damage. Right now, I want to Suzu, and then I want to fight the soldier at point blank, right? Because if my Ana dies here, the fight's over anyway. I'd rather Suzu my Ana and have both of us fight and kill the soldier quickly, because he doesn't have any healing here, right? He's just solo ulting both of you. So you're just racing against roughly 170 damage a second, but you have healing and you have invincibility. So in reality, it's going to take him something like 3 seconds to kill your Ana, and then another 2 more seconds to kill you, which is enough time for you to at least trade your Ana for the soldier. So your perspective here should be to kill the soldier. That's why if I were you, as soon as I saw the visor, I would have popped up, Suzu'd, and then had both of us fight the soldier, who could die almost instantly if both of us are attacking. You didn't even throw Suzu. And then now you're just kind of fighting people on the point for no reason. Okay, so let's pause. Recap. You know, obviously you're silver 5, so there's like a lot of issues all over the place. I would say at a most basic level, keep your teammates, especially understanding if you are the tank healer or the DPS healer, because Kiriko can do both. Keep your teammates in line of sight, heal them, and Suzu to keep them alive. That's it. Like, that alone will get you out of silver, no problem. Like, don't worry about the aim, don't even worry about Kitsune Rush, right? Like, none of that. Literally, just keep your teammates alive and heal them. If you ever have trouble balancing between damage and healing, just heal. Like, if you're like, oh, it's going to, like, kind of take my focus away too much, the damage right now, just heal. I guarantee you can climb to at least plat something just healing. For sure. Just heal. Like, it is so critical as part of your kit. If you want to damage, and this is the advice I give all Kirikos who I see too much damage. If you want to damage as a support, play Zen. And then you don't have to worry about the healing part at all. And you can just crank out damage. And then you're going to win or lose based on how much damage you can do. If you want to balance evenly damage and healing, play Baptiste, who is designed for you to alternate shooting and healing simultaneously. Kiriko, still 80 to 90% of her value, especially below Masters, is her healing. And you could literally take away Kunai completely, and she would still be a perfectly serviceable support up until that point because of how good her healing, Suzu, and Swift Step are. Right? And Kitsune Rush, which is one of the best ultimates in the game. Okay, I'm going to stop there.